Have you ever wanted to be great in life? Have you ever wanted to accomplish a dream? Have you ever wanted to be legendary and leave a legacy, but you couldn't because you were too scared of the problems that came your way and you didn't have a solutions to those problems? No matter what you could do, you were always scared. You were always negative about if you could accomplish that dream. Well, I got somebody who was just like that, but overcame his fear and actually accomplished his dream and ended up being one of the greatest NBA players of all time. And his name is Wardell Stephen Curry. Steph Curry, growing up, was very small. That always put him at a disadvantage growing up, especially when it came to getting drafted. Steph Curry would often get talked about negatively because of his size. Because of his size, he was a bad defender. In 2016 of the NBA Finals, in Game 7, Kyrie Irving had Klay Thompson on him for game. Then they went ahead and made the switch because of Steph Curry's weakness. That's what the Cavs targeted all series and on why they was able to come back on 3-1, a 3-1 deficit. Because they kept on attacking Steph Curry's lack of good defense. So, what happened was Kyrie went ahead and switched off of Klay to go ahead and attack Steph. Kyrie went ahead and dribbled up on Steph and then took the shot because of how undersized Steph was. Kyrie played a great series on Steph, averaging over 25 points, and ultimately coming back from a 3-1 deficit against the Warriors, resulting in Curry losing that year when it came to being a champion, which he was a year prior. So after that, Steph decided to gain weight to make up for his lack of strength, resulting in him being a better defender, being able to do step backs, and getting to the rim easier. Thankfully, because the year before, he was able to go ahead, teams was able to go ahead and look at his weakness and think of that as an issue. Even growing up, people looked at that as an issue. This is proven by the article made by Abate Johnny, strengthening his hips exercises. Speaking of strengthening his hips, he went ahead and strengthened his hips so he can go ahead and relieve stress on his ankles, because Steph Curry early in his career suffered through many ankle injuries. Ankle injuries were so bad, even the general manager, Bob Myers, once said that he has never seen someone sprain their ankle the non-traditional crazy ways that Curry did, and that hasn't been seen since. Curry used to have multiple surgeries on his ankle to the point where they were talking about trading him. Curry once said, obviously, if you look at other people in my draft or other people with comparable stats, I might be below their pay grade. Still, I'm not really concerned with that. That shows you no matter what, he was still confident no matter what he could do, no matter what happened in his life, no matter how many times he had surgeries on his ankles, he went ahead and he pushed through. So he finally got someone who can help him with his problem. And it was a trainer to go ahead and strengthen his hips up so it can relieve the ankle stress, and that's when he can finally go ahead and play. Steph Curry's greatness was very, very unlikely because people always counted him out compared to the other people in his 2009 draft. With Steph overcoming everything in his career, he never doubted himself. After Stephen Curry's injuries, he had a breakout season in 2013 and 2014, receiving an All-Star nod, and even having a game that showed the world that Steph Curry was the man that he promised he was, having 54 points at Madison Square Garden. This is backed up by Shaquille O'Neal's description of Curry when he was started to dominate the basketball game. Since Steph was a small guy, he was always a great shooter and focused and trained hard to be great on and off the ball. When he kept improving, he won MVP in 2015 and a championship the same year. The year after, he won MVP again, but this time it was the first unanimous MVP in NBA history ever. He went 73-9, the best record in NBA history. Although they didn't win in 2016, they won back-to-back championships in 2017 and 2018. And Steph Curry finally in 2022, when he won his fourth ring, he won a Finals MVP. Steph Curry, right now in his career, is a 4-time NBA champion, a 2-time scoring champ, a 1-time steals champ, a 2-time All-Star MVP, and a Finals MVP. And this information is backed up by NBA.com. He even made the top 75. A team where only 75 NBA players of all time can go ahead and make the team based it off your legacy of your career. He broke the record for most three-pointers in a season and in NBA history in total, and by many of his peers consider him to be the second best or the best point guard in NBA history, while also just being overall the best shooter in basketball history. Also, he changed the game because after his unanimous MVP year, the league took notice, and instead of everyone taking mid-range shots like they used to a couple years back, they went ahead and learned from the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors, and everybody in the league started shooting more and more threes. Even younger kids growing up started taking deep threes, half-court shots, just like Steph, because everybody wants to be like Steph. So overall, Steph Curry has changed a lot about the game of basketball, and has shown no matter what happened to him, even in the world didn't believe him, and his body let him down. No matter the excuse, you can become great. You can take in so many things to account in Steph's journey, because he's not athletic and he's not a big guy, but he did something the game has never seen before. So what's stopping you from being great? What's stopping people from being great in general? Because Steph Curry has so many people count him out. Even when he didn't win a Finals MVP, when he won his NBA championships, people counted him out left and right, and that never stopped the man from being great. He was never athletic, but he always tried to inspire others, and even when you're the underdog, you can always be on top, no matter what. Steph's struggles translate to people who aren't even in sports, but in everyday life, whether at the office job or trying to be a boss for your company, or even at school, or you're a first year at your grades, or when you're graduating from high school and you see your peers accomplish great stuff in your life and you're still in the same position you are after high school. It's never too late to be great in life with problems that you face. You just got to go ahead and get those problems, fix it, or make it the best that you can possibly make it, just like how Steph Curry did, and he was able to go ahead and make that into his own thing. Steph Curry deeply resonates with this Bible verse. I could do all things through Christ. Philippians 4:13. He has even displayed the signature Bible verse in his Under Armour sneakers and considers it to be a part of him for inspiration. So no matter what, you can do all things. No matter what, believe in yourself, and that can't stop you from being great and accomplishing your dreams. All the problems you face in your life, why you can't do it. No matter if you're black, white, undersized, no matter what, you can be great.